So this is the new movie by M. Night Shyamalan, loosely based on a French-Swiss graphic novel called Sandcastle, which I confess that I have not read. Gael Garcia Bernal and Vicky Krieps from Phantom Thread, the person who serves
Yes.
Daniel Day-Lewis in that scene and then goes on to be, the centre of the film. They're a couple with a couple of kids and a failing marriage. We meet them at the beginning. They're discussing the fact that they are moving towards separation, that they're going to go on a holiday to give the kids one last holiday. He raises the fact that there's some medical condition that she's been dealing with, and shouldn't they be dealing with that? And she says, no, the doctor has said to me it's not important, and I will deal with that in the future. So we know that there's something in the background. They arrive at this incredibly lavish holiday resort, which she has found on the internet, and they are treated, brilliantly. They're given these special cocktails that have been designed on their, on their taste preferences and all that stuff. And then they are told there's a very special beach that only you can go to. So they go, okay, great, that sounds lovely. You have to. There's only one way there, so they get taken there. It turns out they're not the only people there. There are other couples. There's a doctor played by Rufus Sewell who seems to have some kind of psychological problems, and his wife who has hypercalcemia. There's a psychologist with epilepsy and her husband. There's also a starry rapper who, when a body is found, is initially suspected of having been somehow involved in this. But what then starts to happen is that the kids start to grow very rapidly to the point that they'll be off for one scene and they'll come back to the next scene and nobody recognizes them. Here's a clip.
Everything's gonna be okay. What's your name?
I'm Trent. This is my sister, Maddox.
How old are you guys?
I'll guess I'm good at this. You're 11, right, Trent?
I'm 6.
No. Really, are you 10, 11?
He's not lying. He's 6.
I'm specifically 6 1/4. She's 11.
They're feeling unsafe. There is a lot going on here.
They're playing with us. Let's leave it.
Have you seen my children?
Is everyone trying to play a joke on us?
What?
Aren't these your children?
I'm right here, Mom.
So that's the setup. They're on a beach and the kids appear to be aging particularly fast. And then they soon realize that everyone appears to be aging particularly fast. You just notice it more in kids. It's a very strange film tonally. The opening sequences have the air of Get Out, that kind of Ira Levin style sense of conspiracy. You arrive at a holiday destination that's just way too good and there's something going on. Once they're actually on the beach, it's like a strange mix of the beach and Picnic at Hanging Rock. It's like they're in this completely remote area, which is idyllic, but there's something deeply wrong with it. And then over the course of the movie, it mutates into a sort of Twilight Zone style Shaggy Dog story. And it walks a tightrope between the audience going with it and the audience going, okay, this is silly, I've had enough. And part of me thinks that, as with so many Twilight Zone style films, it would have worked better as a short film. There is a twist, but the twist is kind of irrelevant. I mean, obviously, M. Night Shyamalan is kind of known for his twists, but the twist is sort of irrelevant. It comes very late in the day, and it's to do with tying up and explaining what's going on. And I think actually the film is at its best when you're just dealing with what's in front of you. There's these people, they're on a beach, they all have certain issues that are being there, and they're all aging fast. And the script is weirdly stilted. I think you heard a little bit of that in that clip. And it may be that the script is bad, although oddly enough, the stiltedness of it kind of adds to the air of weirdness. So my overall feeling was it starts pretty well, although it as I said, it is awkward and stagey. And then there is a sequence when the thing first starts to happen in which it does have that Twilight Zone eerie, edgy, slightly surreal. You can't quite get a measure of what's happening, and people start responding to that. And also, very good cast. I mean, Thomasin McKenzie, for example, is brilliant. I've always thought she is. And then it sort of starts to fall apart later on, particularly when it feels the need to tie up its loose ends, and particularly when it feels the need to give some kind of resolution. I think it's at its best when you're in the same position as everyone going, I don't know what's happening here, and I'm not even sure that it is happening. And for that much alone, it's interesting, but I think it definitely walks a tightrope, and I can imagine some people just going, okay, I've had enough. And that's why I say in many ways for me it would have worked better as a short.